Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo. Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful Friday, and welcome to Friday, actually. We made it, everyone. We're at the end of the week. Hello, the weekend. We're here, okay? Hopefully you guys are having a good one. I'm having a pretty good one, working, doing my thing like I normally do. But today I'm going to do some work here on the zoo. Of course, that's why you're here. That's why you're here to look at some stuff. Now check this thing out, okay? Let's look over here real quick, because I did a little bit of terraform blending here on the hillside. So I could kind of blend this in, including where we got the train track up there going. I gotta do some more work on that. Beard scratch. I'll probably do that. Oh, there creepers be creeping right there. Look at you. I need your gunpowder. Give me here. Give me here. Don't you blow up. Okay, got it. Okay, sorry. Got a little distracted there. Creepers and all, you know, this stuff. But I gotta do some more work on that. Maybe I'll do that in an upcoming live stream. Not too sure when that's gonna be. Pay attention to the community tab if you're watching this as it releases, because it could be coming up soon. But I'll let you guys know at least a day-ish in advance. But yeah, we gotta do some more work on this thing here, because that's just barely begun. We had a lot of fun building this. If you guys didn't see that live stream, we were actually working on the actual roller coaster here, which looks like it just doesn't go anywhere, but it's actually because you drop down here. You drop down here and you land on the tracks and away you go. So yeah, a lot of fun that one was. That was a pretty cool live stream. I think that was 2 or 3 live streams ago. Got to get back to work on that though. Kind of been slacking. But I did do some terraforming here on the edge of the mountain here to get some biome blending going in a little bit, similar to what we did over there by the waterfalls. Because I want to make sure that this all blends together, so it's not just a sharp, stark contrast. Obviously, over there, I need to do that as well. That needs a whole lot of love over on there, because like that whole cave system right there needs to go bye-bye. So it's either that, or maybe I'll incorporate it. I don't really know, but yeah, I need to do some work over there. But today we're going to be doing a little bit of something else instead. We're not even working over there. Okay, we're going somewhere over here instead. This whole place here needs a little bit of love too. I'm probably going to squeeze one more exhibit in there, but not today. Today, actually, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Actually, a little bit different entirely. I'm going to build an exhibit that I don't think, aside from the animal, I don't think I've ever built one like that, like this is what I'm going to do today at all. So it's a kind of a lofty goal. I kind of got to get to work on it. But before we do any of that stuff, we got to do some naming, okay? Because once again, you guys just absolutely killed it. I am floating. You guys absolutely killed it in the comment section for naming the chimpanzees from last episode, and we got to get around to doing that. Got a lot of suggestions, and I had to pick through and pick 4 of them because that's all the chimps I have. So it's kind of tough, but I think I did it. Faceplant. As always, I would like to start this off by saying thank you for everyone who submitted names. It makes my job so much easier. Now, I only had 4 chimps. There's actually 5 names I wanted to pick, but I had to settle on 4 of them. So the first one is going to be Ham. Okay, there's actually a few people who suggested that. Apparently, Ham was like the first chimp that went to space. So it seems like a pretty important one. So we'll definitely name one of the chimpanzees Ham. But thank you to Pauline Minot, Bunny Eilish, and Simon Holmes for all suggesting Ham. All right, and for the second chimp, we're going to name this one Jane. Now, I know that there's I think Jane was the love interest of Tarzan. That's not the reason why we're naming this one Jane. This one's going to be named after Jane Goodall, who apparently, according to you guys, you educated me on this one, spent her entire life studying chimpanzees. So we're going to definitely be naming one Jane, and that is thanks to Ridem Sarkar, I apologize if I butchered that name, and Peter, one of the guys in our race for the top donor spot. So thank you to you two for suggesting that name. It's a good one. And the other person in the race for the top spot, and I believe the current holder of the very top super chat, is Todd Feltz, and he suggested that we name one Nim, which was the first chimp to learn sign language, apparently. So there's a lot of chimpanzees that have done a lot of firsts. There's some pretty popular ones out there. So thank you, Todd, for suggesting that name. And then last season, we named this black spider monkey Caesar, after the leader of the chimps in Planet of the Apes. And I was going to just kind of bypass that one because we've already named an animal that before. However, so many of you suggested that. Again, this for one of these chimps that I can't not name one. So big thank you to Matt Myers, Christy Sank, Giga Tegu, Slothbuddy206, Bunny Eilish, not the singer, but the person that suggested the name, and Simon Holmes. Thank you all for suggesting Caesar. So we're going to name the 4th and final one Caesar. Okay, so we got to get back here next to the really loud, annoying spider monkeys here, and we're going to just pop this open real quick. I don't think these guys are going to run away from me. I don't think. If they do, I got a net. I can capture them again. All right, let's get these things ready on the hotbar real quick. Maybe go to the other side here where we're away from the spider monkeys, because man, those things are loud. I did go ahead and put a tire swing in here too. I said I was going to do that in between episodes. I did it. I'm not a liar. I did it. All right, so we're going to get to work on putting some of these things down. Now, of course, some of these might be male, female, whatever. We're going to check that, but I'm not going to be too picky on these. Jane might be a dude. I'm not too sure. All right, so let's go ahead and slap this down. This is going to be Ham. Bam, there you go. Welcome to Saragordo Zoo, Ham. You're going to be followed up with Jane. Oh, let's actually check. Ham is a male and Jane is a female. Okay, so that actually did work out. And then the next one we're going to put down here is Nim. And Nim is a female as well. Modest in nature. And then the final one we're going to put down here, and we're going to name this one Caesar. It's actually a little off color too. It looks like a little bit older too. And he is a male as well. So that kind of worked out all right. So let's go ahead and get over here quickly before they escape. Say hi to the spider monkeys again, who just will not shut up. And there we go. We got our chimpanzees added to the zoo. They look lovely. So what are we going to be doing today, Carl? If there is one watching. We're going to be doing another exhibit, obviously. That's the name of the game. We're building a zoo, after all. Now, this place is really coming along. Like, we've done a lot of work. But one animal that we are missing here is a gorilla. Okay, so we're going to be doing a gorilla exhibit in today's episode. We're also going to have everybody sleep because creepers be creeping here and it's getting to be nighttime. Now, where to put the gorilla? Okay, so I looked at the map here and I was sitting there scratching my head. There's apparently an enemy inside here. There's a scratching my head and I thought about here maybe, but you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. But before I explain what that is, I'm going to sleep because I really do not feel like getting blown up. Oh, I see you in there. I see you creeping. You creeper. Okay, I'm going to have to go take care of that real fast. What am I going to do today? So that's the mark on the map that I see here is actually a creeper. So yeah. Oh, missed him completely. Yeah. Oh, missed him completely. Let's just use the old-fashioned way. Hit him with a sword. Hit him real hard with a sword. There we go. Got it. That worked out way better. What are we going to be doing today? Okay, so we're going to be making a gorilla exhibit, and I'm going to be putting this inside of the cave over here. However, the thing that's different, more unique about it, is that whenever I do these outside exhibits, is that beaver? Is that beef? What? Okay, so he's right on. Good thing I put the steel bars there. This one is floating in midair. Which one is this again? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, it's Harrison Fjord. Yes, that's it. Okay, of course it is. That's like the magical one. But whenever I do one of these outside exhibits, I do one of these ones where they're recessed into the ground like this, and they look really good. I actually really like how these things look. There is, of course, the elephant exhibit over there, the one that's funny. You can't really see it from here. You can see the little stones right here. That's about all I can see. And the building right there is part of it as well. The elephant, zebra, and giraffe exhibit all combined, that is above the ground. And this one on this side of the zoo here, which is the eastern side here, this moose exhibit is also above the ground, hence the chain link fence. But everything else is basically recessed into the ground when they're outside and when they're an outside exhibit. However, what I'm going to do is something very similar to this, what you see right here. Actually, I guess I did kind of do that. I'm going to do an exhibit like this for the gorillas inside of the cave, though, okay? I think it would look cool. In fact, I'm thinking about putting it like right here, right in front. Big exhibit right here for the gorillas to let them stretch out a little bit. Now, I have to watch out because I can't go too far back. There's spider monkeys. In fact, let me grab some torches here to mark this out. So it looks like roughly, I can only go back to like right here. I think so. Let me count this out real quick. It's a good guess. I'm thinking that right there is probably as far back as I can go, okay? I don't really want to go any farther because then I'll be breaking into the exhibit, at least on this side. Now, how many blocks back do you think that is roughly? Probably like 15-ish, 20 or so. I'm going to have to keep that in mind because I'm going to carve all of this out right here. I might replace this entranceway right here, which looks good. It looks like the rest of the zoo, but I might replace this entranceway and create like a stone pillar right here, similar to what we have in the reptile center to hold up this section here, and then carve all this out, and we're going to put a nice big exhibit right here for the gorillas. But you know what that means? That means I have to get to digging, and oh boy, is this going to be a big project. Here we go.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And fuck all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
There we go. Check it out. We got ourselves an exhibit. All right. Voila, it's done. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been great. Hit the like button. Okay, bye. Just playing. Okay, we're not actually done. But we do have the area carved out. And I think this looks pretty cool. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is a recessed exhibit inside of the cave. I don't know. I thought I'd change it up a little bit instead of just doing another cavern like what we did with the reptile center. We're gonna just kind of make this more of a experience when you come in here. Okay. So we have some of them that are kind of designed to look like. I need to pretty up this area too. So it's on my to-do list. Okay. But we have this area here that's kind of like a little mine shaft. It also goes back this way, so you can actually still get back here to the really loud, annoying spider monkeys. And you can also see the chimpanzees there, which are actually surprisingly quiet. They're pretty relaxed and chill. I kind of like these guys. Their neighbors, not so much. Man, those guys are loud. But anyway, this is going to be an experience when you come in here. So there's going to be a lot of exhibits kind of inside the mountain. I think it's kind of cool. Here's that pillar I was talking about, kind of keeping. I went ahead and changed out all the blocks, all the bird poop was out of there, all the granites out of there. Left the andesite. I kind of like how that looks. But this gray look is what I was going for. Now, normally this is the part where I say, and now we got to put down a bunch of grass so that we can use it as a blank canvas. And that's coming. Don't you worry. But I need to actually do the ceiling first. Okay, I need to do the top of this first. At least get the customization down first, because I'm going to be tearing up all this stuff and doing all this doodadding stuff up down here. And then when I get that done, I'm going to have to try to like pillar to get up there, and I don't want to wreck anything that I do down here. So to start off, bat backpack? No, ground backpack? Yes. Okay, there we go. Let's grab those things as well as some blocks that we can just place. And we're going to get to adding a little customization to the roof of this. I'm thinking, actually, wait, hold on, come back here. Where's the ground backpack? Get your butt back here. It's not in there, and hold on, something's in there that I might be able to use. Squid backpack, where are you? There we go. We're going to grab some of these things, too. So I'm going to do a little bit of decorating and make the ceiling of this place look a little bit more custom. There we go. Mwah, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go with that right there. Yeah, I'm liking it. I got like little Hold on, someone actually taught me this. Stalagmites and stalactites, okay? I believe the ones hanging from the ceiling are stalactites. Pretty sure I got that right. And the mites are the ones from the bottom. Because the difference is the T and the M. Somebody taught me that in the comment section. The T kind of looks like it's a thing hanging down from the top, you know? And that kind of made it make sense in my head. Mites kind of look like stalagmites sticking up off the ground, so the M, you know. I don't know. It made sense in my head. But anyway, stalactites hanging from the ceiling. We got them in there, and I think that looks pretty good. Now, this does look very still rocky, stony, cave-like, whatever. And I might go ahead and add, like, some dirt kind of sprinkled in there with some roots hanging off of it, too, because I like how that looks. But that might be later. I might add that detail a little bit later when we're done. Now comes the time, all right? Now comes the time that we have to dig up this thing and add a layer of grass down here, because that's going to be our blank canvas for going forward. So, bam, just like that. All right, we got the grass put in. Now, I looked these guys up on Wikipedia, because I do not actually have any gorillas in the area that I live. Western lowland gorillas apparently are, like, critically endangered. So, yeah, I wanted to give these guys a nice home to live in. But they live in, and I'm reading it directly off the page right here, primary and secondary forest and lowland swamps in Central Africa. So yeah, that's where they live. And as the name would suggest, they're called Western lowland gorillas. They live in lowland areas. So actually, foresty and swampy is actually kind of what I want to do here. Didn't think about that when I planned this out. Actually, I was planning on it being more jungle-esque, but apparently that is incorrect. So I think what I'm going to have to do, because seriously, I prepared for this thing. I was prepared like a true professional. Look at all these jungle leaves I got. I was a real go-getter. Instead, I'm going to have to probably use a lot of willow leaves. And I also have 16 whole oak leaves, so I might have to go grab some more of those. But I need to do a little bit of leaf collecting, including including throwing a backpack on the ground, including going down and picking up maybe a little bit more willow leaves. Although that's like 100 some. I probably have enough to build this exhibit, to be honest. I do need more oak leaves, though, because that's just not going to fly. But what we got to do is we got to plot out kind of like a swampy... Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. All right, this is it. I got a plan. It just clicked in my head in case you guys couldn't tell. The light bulb just went on. But I'm going to put down here like more of a swampy marsh area, and up here more of the forested area. That way we get the best of both worlds. They add a little forest area up here, maybe some custom tree kind of thing kind of poking out, leaning over this slope, you know. I kind of like the sound of that. And then put some of the water blocks and stuff down here, a little marshy, swampy area down here. These guys are tall enough that they're not going to drown in one block of water. I don't see them getting stuck under the lily pads either, so we can kind of go nuts with it down there and have a good time. But I do need to go collect a little bit more oak leaves, and we also got to figure out a block palette for this ground. Okay, we got a couple of stacks extra of oak leaves now, so that should do just fine. I actually just went to the west of the zoo here in the woodlands area, because let's actually get this so you can see what's going on here. It's all woodlands area over here. So I just kind of tore up some of the treetops over there. They should grow back in time. No biggie. That was actually a really quick way to grab them. The way I've been collecting oak leaves so far is by literally growing an oak tree, a dynamic trees one, and like harvesting one tree at a time. It's taken forever, and they realized, wait a second, I have an entire forest right over there. Why don't I just go grab it from there? Derp. That was a big old dut-da-da on my part this entire series. All right, but let's talk about the block palette in the gorilla exhibit here. Now, okay, let's look in here for a second. Yes. Green concrete powder. Probably not, actually. Not this time. Probably. And then let's definitely. So we're going to grab the 2 blocks there, but I think I'm more inside the ground backpack here. Yes, I do. There's some more. Okay, we're definitely going to want some of that. Podzol is going to be pretty heavy, actually. Coarse dirt's also going to be pretty heavy. There's a couple of these mixed stones that I got to get rid of because they're clogging my inventory. Brown terracotta represent mud, absolutely, especially when we get down near the swamp. Gravel, I'm thinking, is a yes. And we'll start with that. Okay, so first off, this is actually going to be like 2 biomes mixed into one. It's because up here is going to be more forest. Down here is going to be the swamp area. So let's rip this up a little bit and replace a big portion of it with, I'm thinking, the coarse dirt, actually, is probably what I'm going to want to change it to. So let me get around to just kind of plopping this in here. Okay, now that the coarse dirt has been put in, didn't put too much up here. This is actually going to be more, like I said, forested up here. Down here, we're going to end up having to put the, what's the word? I just had brain fart. Podzol, and also the brown terracotta, too. But I do want to actually plop down some spots that I'm going to say, here is water, okay? There's going to be water. Water. It's going to get rid of my torch, too, so I might want to slap that on a wall or something so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, and water. And water. Okay, so these are going to be like water spots here. In fact, some of this can actually, like, open up a little bit. Like that, you know? Gonna get a couple of spots here where there's actually water. This should make it look a lot like a swampy area down here then, when it's all said and done. So I'm thinking that's probably good enough right there. I don't really need to add a whole lot down here. But I do need to create my infinite water source though, because it makes life a lot easier. Let's get this out here. And I think I have a bucket somewhere. What do I have? Oh, here we go. I have a water bucket right there. Look at me go. Almost like I was prepared. Meant to do that. Sure. Let's put that down right there. Scoop up one more bucket out of here. Now that causes my backpack to look all wonky because there's like, it thinks that there's water in there when there's not. So when you open this up, it says that there's 4,000. There's not. I already took a bucket out of this, so I got to refill it. It's kind of glitchy. All right, but now that I have this infinite water spring here, I can go ahead and fill in the rest of these spots. And then we'll get to work on putting some of the brown terracotta in place to make it look more like a swamp actually down here. All right, so brown terracotta, we're gonna make this look like mud, kind of packed around here. And like there is a mud block, as I explain whenever I'm using brown terracotta to represent mud. There is a mud block actually. However, it really gets animals stuck in it, so I don't like using it because the animals get lodged in the mud and then they just never escape. So instead of doing that, I'm just using brown terracotta because they have no problem walking around on this stuff. Okay, the mud has been put in place, or the terracotta has been put in place. Now, the underside of the water here is still just stone, so what we're going to do is we're going to knock that out real quick. Probably can't really see much on the YouTubes because it's probably really dark down there. We're going to sprinkle in a couple of this what's the stuff again? Mixed stone, mossy stone here, as well as some actual mossy cobblestone in places, and then gravel and mud I think are going to be the winners after that. So that should give it a little look like it's the bottom of a mossy bog kind of area. Swamp, in other words. So we'll dot around those around here. Actually, we'll remove layers here, put some mud down there, and maybe some gravel in other places, and the mossy cobblestone in others. Just to kind of sell this idea that it's all underwater, it's all mucky and muddy. This is, after all, supposed to be more swamp-like down here at the bottom. Okay, so next step would be to add maybe the gravel and the podzol. Yep, definitely that. Now, this wall right here, this cobble wall, you're not really going to see much of it from when you're looking at this area except for over here, and you're not going to see much of over here unless you're standing over here. So you actually are going to be able to see this. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out some of this here, and we're going to place... well, I didn't know the haste effect was kind of going nuts there. But we're going to go ahead and place some mossy cobblestone up there just so that we can sell the effect that this is actually kind of dirty, you know, slimy, swampy down here. Okay, mossy cobblestone is put in place. So the only thing left to do to add down here is actually just the podzol. And the podzol I'm going to sprinkle in pretty heavily, actually. I do need to leave a little bit of grass blocks, though, because if I want to plant any vegetation down here or put tall grass at all, I kind of need to have some room. So podzol's going in. Going to be pretty heavy in this area. Look at this. This is starting to look like a swamp already. I'm liking how this is looking. And then we're going to get around to maybe even sprinkling in the occasional gravel block, especially around the water. And then I think this part down here, the swamp, is actually done then. Okay, all of the blocks have been placed now for, you know, the podzol and everything for the swamp down here. Up here, though, is the forest. Now, I did add a couple blocks that would make sense for the forest up here as well. It's a little bit different, not as, basically it's minus the mud. And I think actually there's not much else I really need to add up here. I think this is fine. But what I should focus on next is probably the start of the vegetation. We're going to start with the more difficult thing, and that would be the tree. First, I got to get my inventory in order. That's always the most difficult part about playing this game. My inventory always sucks. All right, so the vegetation, though, I'm going to start with the big custom tree here. So let's see. I'm thinking possibly jungle wood. Is that... right, maybe let's just go with oak, actually. Oak might actually work out better for this thing. So I'm thinking maybe, like I said, a tree that kind of maybe hugs the cliff edge here and kind of extends out into this area underneath this stalactite and just kind of droops down. We're thinking more like a weeping willow-esque kind of tree. And now I could actually go get a willow tree and maybe even use willow logs. Do I have any willow logs? I don't think I do. No, I don't have any willow at all. But I don't also really need it. I mean, if I really want to get kind of close to willow, I could also just use fir. But I'm going to create my own tree, a custom one, a unique one. So I'm going to put the tree trunk like right here. Like it's really going to be hugging this edge here, you know, kind of like stuck on the side wall. This, I might actually take that out completely. And then it's going to hang over this and droop down. That's the plan. Let's see if I can come up with something that doesn't look absolutely terrible. Ta-da! All right. Ta-da! It's just like It's a stick, basically, is all it is right now. Now, I've designed trees kind of like this before. I think, like, if Minecraft, actually, I did a little stint on Minecraft where I did some custom trees where they kind of had, like, some vines almost, like, drooping across them. And I think that'll match with more of the swamp look. I'm in the wrong backpack completely. Let's open up the backpack and pull myself together here. Let's get the willow leaves going here and maybe some oak leaves. We're going to do a little mix of these things. The oak leaves in the middle, and the willow leaves will represent, like, the vines hanging down. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in the leaves in here, get this place looking, or get this thing looking more like an actual tree with some vines hanging off of it. Hopefully this looks pretty good when I'm all done. You know, that doesn't actually look half bad. I was expecting that to turn out way worse. But I think that, yeah, that kind of works. I'm thinking that kind of works. Now, can the gorillas actually, like, climb up this thing and then, like, swing across the stalactites and get out? I don't think they can. I don't think they can get up here. Okay, so that's good. I want to make sure that they wouldn't be able to actually climb up here, mainly because they'll take some pretty heavy fall damage if they fall out of the tree. So, okay, I'm thinking that's pretty good for the tree. I don't really think I'm going to be squeezing another tree in here, actually, because there's really not a lot of room. So we're just going to have to go with regular bushes and plants and vegetation from like that, so that these things, I'm going to actually grab some dead leaves, so that these things actually look like they're still in a forested area. I also need some more oak leaves. Let's grab some of these things too for sure, because we're going to go ahead and make this part up here look like it's got a nice big bush kind of going right here. And actually, I don't want to use these willow leaves for this. Let's actually get those out of my inventory. I just wanted those to look like vines hanging down. But let's get some dead leaves sprinkled in here too. And this should give it a little bit of a forested look. That's what I'm going for anyway. There we go. Okay, so the bushes have been put in place. They got progressively more dead the closer they get to the swamp down here. Kind of like that. So now the gorillas should not be able to get out of here. I don't think. Okay. Now we are going to have to worry about lighting in this. This is going to be a kind of weird one. I have to worry about lighting inside of a recessed exhibit, which is something new for me. Because usually these things are outside and I don't really care about lighting because they're lit up by the sun. So but this one's in a cave. It's not going to be lit up by anything. So I do have to actually sprinkle in. First I have to fall off that thing. I need to sprinkle in some glowstone in places here. They kind of make this work. I need to hide it even though people are going to be able to see it from up top. Eee, that's going to be tough. All right, I'm knocking out the torches. I'm going to get the lighting done in here. It's going to get a little dark in here. YouTube makes it look really bad then. So I am going to cut right here and be back with a nice, well-lit exhibit. All right, the zombies be burning out there. But we did get the lighting done in here. There's no more torches other than the ones that are in the walkways over there. And this is all lit up. Now, there's some spots where it's a little questionable because I'm thinking you might be able to see them from up here. Let me actually just yeet this over here. Make sure nothing's going to come in and blow me up. And then take a look. Now, it's actually not bad. I hit some in the water, too, so, like, it's not as noticeable, hopefully. But it looks like a lot of this stuff is relatively hidden, and that's kind of the point. Yeah. Okay, this will work. Spider monkey. I just heard one. He. Those things haunt my nightmares. Alright, so now that the lighting is done, I think we're on to the actual plants now. We're actually like real plants we got to put in here. This is actually turning out pretty good. I'm not disliking this one here. Like some of the other ones, I'm a little I question myself as to whether it's going to turn out alright, but this one's working out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in some berry bushes. Got some dead leaf piles, because obviously if there's a tree in there, it's going to drop some dead leaves. And then some of these devil weeds for down in the swamp area I think will look really good. What else can we squeeze in there? Eucalyptus, maybe bamboo? It could be. Dried bamboo? I always struggle to fit that in places. Some of these toadstools for sure. Oh, actually, that's something we could do. We could put like a down log in here. I kind of like that. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Wood backpack. I need you desperately in my life. Where's the pine wood here? Can we fit a downed log in here, right here? Even a small one, I think will look good. Let's go ahead and knock this thing out here. Yeah, that'll work just fine. All right, so let's grab these toadstools and dot this on either side of it, maybe. Yeah. Good. Okay, that's a little added detail. Although it does need something. Wood backpack. Where it does need a little something still. Do the pine... Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do it with cobble slabs, actually. Where's the ground backpack? My brain is getting fried now just staring at these things. Let's grab a couple bits of this here. And let's dot that right there. Maybe I'll actually you know what? Let me grab a couple more bits of these things here. Maybe I'll dot this on the slope here to kind of give it a little bit of a gradient, actually, so that it's not just, you know, full blocks going up. The occasional, oh, I just fell in the water. The occasional rock piles here in the edge here, they'll make it kind of a gradual slide upwards. Yeah, not. I don't want to overdo it though, so we'll leave it. We'll probably just leave it at that. Up here though, I do want to grab the wood backpack for sure, and we're gonna need to grab some of these slabs. Let's make a few of them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna dot this on the tree along here, and maybe even right here. We'll do it right there, and we'll replace this with that. There, that looks better. Liking that a lot better. Things have been fixed. Okay, so there. Little added detail. Sorry, went off on a little bit of a weird tangent there, but let's go ahead and sprinkle in some of these dead leaves in places. And then we'll sprinkle them all down the hill too here a little bit, because it would have fallen down over this way. Like so. Okay, with those in place, let's go ahead and put these this berry bush in here someplace. We'll tuck that right up against the other shrubs that are up here. And maybe another one kind of on the edge of the hill right here. That'll represent more of the forest-like area, the woodland area. Now down here, we're going to sprinkle in the devilweed in various places. And that way, this will definitely make it look a little bit more like a swamp. Like that. Okay, looking good. Probably even sprinkle in an occasional toadstool here or there as well. Definitely give that swamp-esque feel. So it's not just by the down log right there, but it's kind of dotted throughout this whole thing. And let me grab this thing here real quick. I believe we have some flat mushrooms too that we can probably squeeze in here someplace. Maybe put one in the back, like right over here. And then another one kind of up here closer to the tree. These could absolutely be in the forested area. Let's put one right there. Okay, so what do we got in the plants backpack here that we can use? Let's get some cattail for sure. I don't know why I didn't see these at my first pass through here. We're going to dot one of those things maybe around the edge here. Maybe a couple of them like that. I think those things grow over time. I'm not too sure, but we'll find out. Squirt those back in there. Let's grab the tiny lily pads that I went and collected a couple episodes ago. And we'll grab a whole bunch of different sizes of lily pads here. And we're going to definitely be covering up these areas here with lily pads, because it's supposed to be a boggy, swampy area, you know? So why not actually make it look that way? Okay, we have some of this koru. Don't know what that is, but I like the little twirly look of the stuff. I think that would also look pretty good down here, kind of in the swamp area. So we'll just sprinkle this in lightly, I'm thinking. Oh, maybe it's not high enough light level right here. This might be a little darker area. Ta-da, fixed. A lot brighter now. Creepy cave noise, too, kind of happening in here. Sounds like somebody's riding the minecart ride. Okay, anyway, so that's fixed. We got some koru kind of added in this area. I like the way that looks. I think it looks great. Let's go ahead and put that back for right now. Anything else I can squeeze in here to represent kind of like a swamp area? Let's throw in a dead fern or two in here, or a dead bush, because I think that actually adds a little bit to it as well. In fact, these things can actually go up top as well too. You know, they're not restricted to just being in the swamp. They can actually be up here in the woods as well. Place it. Does it not? Oh, it has to go on like that. Okay. Interesting. Learn something new every day. For some reason, I just always thought they could go on grass too, but I guess not. I think that might be it for the plants as far as what I can do. Let's actually, we'll drop a couple of eucalyptus up here too, someplace. Right there. And then maybe another one kind of on the hill right here. Okay, yeah, that works. This definitely has a different feel up top here compared to what it is down at the bottom. That is for sure. I think I've nailed that. So it definitely looks like a swamp down here. It looks more like a forest up here. I like it, okay? I don't think there's anything else that I can really add, aside from maybe having roots hanging from the ceiling. But in this exhibit, considering that it has stalactites and stuff, I think maybe I'll keep it like a rocky ceiling. Let's look at the plants backpack one more time. I mean, celery, maybe I could sprinkle that. I could drop that in there somewhere. I mean, I guess there's some stuff that I could squeeze in here to make it look a little bit more. Actually, these clover patches. I picked up some of these while in the live stream recently, and I don't think I've ever really used them. So maybe we'll actually throw in a little clover patch in here. Something like that. Actually, that looks pretty good. Yeah, just on the hillside here. Look at that. That looks cool. All right, so cool. Clovers. We've added clovers. Hopefully the grills like them. Now, let's talk flowers, people, okay? Now, I usually don't like flowers because I think they look weird. But swamp flowers in a swamp sort of makes sense. So let's grab a couple of them. And flax, the forest would kind of make sense. Bluebells would also be kind of cool. We'll keep with the blue theme, actually. Let's go ahead and sprinkle in a couple of these swamp flowers kind of growing down here. Swamp flowers have been added, though. So let's go ahead and put down a couple of these bluebells as well. Put one right there, and then maybe on the hillside as well, like Let's put it right there. Bam, done. Now, there's not a lot of grass blocks left, actually, in here, but I think from here on out, let's put away the remaining swamp flower. I think from here on out, you know, I got like this one clover flower in here, so why don't we just, a chew. Okay, we'll put that right there. Yeah, I think Lilia's Valley would probably look pretty good. There's a lot of things that would look good for a forested area, but, you know, I think I'm going to refrain from doing that, and I'm just going to go in here and grab some bone meal. And we're going to go around and add some actual tall grass in here now, and that should be it. I think that should be a completed, completed exhibit then. I see you, skeleton. I see you. There you go. Taken care of. Anyone else out there wanting to, like, blow me up or something like that? Oh, that's a burning zombie. Let's get rid of him. Oh, I see a creeper down there in with the beavers. Get out of there. All right, anyone else? No, it was nighttime. Creepers were creeping. Stuff was happening. So, okay, that's been taken care of. All the mobs have been handled. We're all good people. Oh, you dropped an iron ingot. Don't mind if I do. I'll just go ahead and throw that in with the rest of them. So, the exhibit is done for the most part. I'm thinking that that's a finished, chef's kiss exhibit for the Western Lowland Gorilla. However, we do need to do one little thing, and it's not in the exhibit, but it's around the exhibit. And we're going to need the squid backpack in our life for that. There are these steel bars here that we're going to be adding all along here to make sure that nobody falls into the exhibit, because that would be pretty brutal. There's not much room in there to move, so I don't really want anyone to try to... I don't really want people falling in here, you know. There's been real-life situations of that. It didn't end well for people or for animals, so we're just going to ignore... We're just going to make sure that nobody can do that. That should be it for the Western Lowland Gorilla exhibit. What do you guys think? Down in the comments section, let me know. Is this a good exhibit? Do you think this will make the gorillas happy? Now, it's not a very big exhibit. I was actually expecting to make it a little bit bigger, but I had to stop digging back that way because that is as far back as I could go before I break into the chimpanzee exhibit. So I could have expanded it more this way, but I do want to leave room over here for expansion for other stuff. So right here, this definitely opened up the cave quite a bit. I need to do-dad up this walkway itself so it looks a little bit better. Kind of like I started a little bit here, but there's some more to do. But live stream stuff, that's what I usually do during the live stream. I do those detailing. So this place is coming along nice. Those guys are still really loud and annoying. But I think that's it. I think this exhibit is finished. So now the big question is, how many gorillas do I have? Because I need names. I need names, people. First, I also need to get rid of this worm out of my inventory because I do not need that. But I also need names. I need names for these gorillas, and I have 4. I have 4 of them. Okay, so I need four Western Lowland gorilla names. If you guys could be so kind to head down into the comments section and give me your best gorilla names. Yeah, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Because I'm trying to think of a good gorilla name. I can't think of one. I can't even think of one. Not even a bad gorilla name. I need you guys to help me out here, please. I need some help. So head on down to the comment section and leave your best gorilla names. And I will sift through them. And I will pick out 4 of them. And they're going to be fantastic because they're going to be submitted by you. So, alright, guys. I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. I will be back next week. With more of the ZAWA zoo building for your eyes and ears to enjoy. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like before you head on out to enjoy the rest of your Friday. And hopefully you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.